Stay Tuned Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of two possibly intoxicated idiots watching the National Football League.
Welcome, everybody, to Stay Tuned Sports, as we're here presenting to you the 2026 National Football League College Draft. I'm your boy King. That right over there, that's your good friend Jimbo. And, boy, we're coming on a little early than normal, because last year we actually went on at, I think we came on around this time, and we were like, man, what are we doing? It's because they didn't start the draft until 8:15, 8:20, so we were on here, we're like, man, we were trying to find something to talk about. We were trying to find anything to talk about. That's not going to be a problem this year. I don't think it's going to be a problem this year. By the way, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports for the draft. If you like any part of this particular broadcast, and I don't know why you would, but if you do, please go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let the world know this channel exists. We're getting more people to realize this channel does exist, but you can help that hitting that share button. And, of course, as always, if you haven't done so yet, or this is your first time here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell, as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers here on this great and glorious platform known as YouTube. Crafty in the chat. It was great to see him. We got ELS joining us in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us there, ELS. He says, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the National Football League draft. Indeed, it is. But here's what we have to... Boy, Jimbo, I'm not one for drama. I'm not a big drama guy. Okay, well, let me rephrase that. I'm not someone who likes drama in his life.
Yes.
When I see other people's drama, all in, baby. Let's go. TMZ the shit out of that. Yeah, we're all about that. As we've been kind of covering here for a while, we had on our last open bar that we did, not last week, but the week before that, because we unfortunately had to miss last week's open bar. We talked a little about the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini situation at the time. Because here's the thing, at the time, it still seemed just... Yeah, there were pictures of them at this resort. It was an adults-only resort. We saw pictures of them there, and we saw them sitting poolside, chatting, as Dave Portnoy would say, canoodling. But there was nothing really, it was still a lot of conjecture. It was like, oh, this doesn't look kosher. This doesn't look right. Something here seems off. But there was nothing concrete, just rumors. Conjecture. Well, Jimbo, since that time, a little under 2 weeks ago, boy, there has been some progress in this particular story. Diana Rossini, of course, we have seen resigned from The Athletic and the New York Times. About everything, still denying anything and everything that had happened. Yeah. We didn't hear much from Vrabel outside of the original statement he had about saying it's any inference from this is ridiculous and this is all nonsense and blah, 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 blah. Then, I believe it was just yesterday, there was another photo released of the two of them having dinner at a Sedona restaurant in Arizona on this same trip. Yeah. And then people were like, I mean, how often are we going to see these two together having a nice romantic dinner? Now, we've seen pictures of them at a bar from years ago. We've seen a picture of them I think it was up in, what was it, Indianapolis during the Combine. That was it.
Yeah.
Was the Indianapolis Combine one. We saw the pictures of them at this adults-only resort. We've seen them at, now we see them here at this romantic dinner at a Sedona, Arizona restaurant. It's like, boy, what's going on here? And then, of course, Mike Vrabel yesterday has a press conference. Says, had a lot of tough conversations with my family. So I'm going to be here for the first 3 rounds of the draft, and then after the 3rd round, I'm going to seek counseling. Which we will get into that in a moment. We will get into that in a moment. Then today happens. It's a brand new day, fresh day. You're like, boy, yesterday was weird, huh? Yesterday was really weird. What could happen today? And of course, waking up this morning. Oh, there's more photos, Jimbo. There's more photos, and these are.
And that's not the bad part, though.
These are by far the most damning and incriminating photos that we have seen to date.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, here's the thing. It's like, okay, you have all these pictures here of these two have been together. Okay. Then they release pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini at another bar. And clearly, Mike Vrabel is sucking face with Diana Rossini. Can't explain it away. You can't say, oh, it's just two friends hugging each other or interlocking fingers or just two friends sitting by a pool shooting the shit, as it were. How do you explain that one away, Diana and Mike? How do you do that? How do you do it? I submit that you can't. And, of course, so that's the thing. Now we have legitimately hard photographic evidence that, as Dave Portnoy from Barstool said, these two were indeed canoodling. But here's the thing, Jimbo. Here's the thing. And I think you're onto this, too. And, again, there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's kind of where it was the shell shocker. The one that everybody's like, oh, shit. Not so much that they were kissing. Not so much because we all kind of thought. We all had the idea. We all pretty much bought into the rumors at that point. Yeah. Jimbo, can you tell me what date those particular photos might have been taken?
March of 2020.
March of 20 fucking 20. Right when COVID was kicking us all in the face. Well, the government was really, That's a whole debate for another time. This is not that type of channel. But yes. March of 2020, which means that at the very least, and we could probably extrapolate it to be a little bit further, but at the very, very least, Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel, have had an ongoing sexual affair for at least 6 years.
Yes.
Boy, this got so much worse than I thought. Like, I didn't think it was going to get any worse than what we had already seen. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be, boy, looks bad, but, it'll be conjecture and everything. Then you had Rossini resign. You had Vrabel make the statement, and now we've had the two subsequent photo dumps. Oh, also, forgot this story that apparently about a month or so ago, Robert Kraft tried to pressure the New York Post into spiking the story to not have it get out there and leak.
I saw that.
Which just adds another layer of mess over this cesspool of mess.
That part of this whole thing, the whole drama thing, I don't understand how Goodell could sit there and say, oh, that's a personal matter. NFL's not going to get involved. You have a active NFL owner trying to sweep something under the rug, like getting involved. That I don't want to say he shouldn't be involved because he should be. As
I was
far
gonna say it's
as,
his team. Like I
final
understand I understand the motivation behind it. I understand wanting to do it. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to try to stop everything. Hi, Alicia. Hi, baby.
King said hi.
I love you, King.
You gotta tell her the way I said it. You gotta say, hi, baby. I dare you.
Hi, baby.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the third part, because there is somewhat of a third part of them being together for 6 years. I don't know if we should bring that up or let those facts maybe come out a little bit.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But there's still a lot of other things to talk about here.
Okay.
And one of the things we have to talk about is obviously the idea of the tampering per se,
Yes.
or just getting information from places. Because I believe it was about 4 days or so after those pictures of, I believe it was March 20th, 2020, when those pictures in the bar of Vrabel just getting some sweet Rossini spit. That Diana Rossini posted that per sources in the Tennessee Titans, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, Mike Vrabel was coaching the Tennessee Titans in 2020. Per Titan sources, the Titans are not pursuing Tom Brady. They're getting ready to sign Ryan Tannehill, and they're moving on from that, so they are removed from that. Who was her source? I wonder who her source
as well as
in the
Julio
building
Jones
could be. I wonder. So then, of course, we talk about this, which is, of course, what is interested all of your ilk. And by that, I mean the Philadelphia, I almost said Philadelphia Flyers. Philadelphia Eagles fans. By the way, Flyers up 3-0. Congratulations. About to probably sweep the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yep.
We're the scumbag Flyers.
Yeah, no, you absolutely are
call
scumbag
us.
Flyers. Trust me, that's, as a Devils fan, there's really nobody to root for in that series, but the worst team is winning. But what are you going to do? It's hard to ignore the fact that now whether you can find factual evidence of tampering or not, as Dennis Reynolds once said on Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the implication that's the problem here. It's the implication that there was not just a sexual relationship between Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, but a working relationship in which information and media favors, along with sexual favors, were given between the two to maybe nudge things along when it came to A.J. Brown. Now, to be fair, there was a lot of stuff coming out of the NovaCare complex about Jalen Hurts and stuff for years now. So this is not something that is super recent. I mean, there has been quote-unquote discord in the Philadelphia locker room for a couple seasons now. Despite the Super Bowl win, if you forget that season, there was locker room discord. And then Sirianni shaved his head and everybody seemed to be fine. But it's the implication of what could this possibly mean? Like what is it? So as much as the NFL says that they're not investigating it as a conduct policy matter when it comes to Vrabel, I have a feeling like Lurie and the Eagles might push to be like, hey, what's going on here? Hey, Gabagool, get a little bit of that Philly mobster in him, Hey, Gabagool, what are you doing? Hey, this guy's over here. He's stupid as Gumar, and he's giving all the information. What are we doing? I don't know why I turned Jeffrey Lurie into Al Capone, but I did.
Not even just Jeffrey Lurie and the Eagles, but I mean, you think about the Falcons, because Julio Jones was another one that Rossini
kind of nudged
when he got
the way
traded.
to Tennessee, right?
Yeah, so
Did you always wonder why? Like, remember there was like Tennessee was getting a couple of like they were getting like free agents. They were like getting free agents. And it was like, why? Like, why is Tennessee getting these guys? Like, they're not great. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I went to Tennessee. Like DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, like a couple of those. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. And sure enough, but I mean, so there's all that. I mean, so I think there is, especially with this now with the new photo evidence and the subsequent tweet from Rossini that was like giving the information about like through Titan sources. Through Vrabel's dick, you mean? And then there's this other part, and I'm hesitant to talk about it because it really kind of involves victims, and I don't want to involve it. So, like I said, this is something where, and I think there are, Eagle fans are scumbags anyway, and they've been that, but there's been one or two that have actually been correct on this, and hopefully trying to steer some of the more insane parts of your fucking fan base to be reasonable. That's like trying to fight the ocean.
It's tough.
That's not going to happen.
Tough.
But, and again, so this goes to obviously Vrabel's wife, Diana Rossini's husband, and their children for, the both couples' children. But they're still doing just like pregame.
Yeah, just
here.
Yeah.
It was about a year after those photos were taken in the bar in 2020 of Rossini and Vrabel in an amorous embrace with their mouths. In that subsequent about year time, Diana Rossini got married and gave birth to a child not too short before the anniversary of that picture was taken, following year 2021.
Yeah.
And people have brought up the fact that the name of her child is Michael. And people are starting to put two and two together in some respects.
Yeah.
I would say pause on that just for now, because I think that it's got to be hard enough for everybody else in this situation. I don't care if Rossini and Vrabel get all the shit in the world; they deserve it. They deserve every fucking piece of shit in the world. But I think you need to take a pause on it when it comes to kids. However, it is something to think about.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, ELS letting us know there are 300,000 people in attendance here for the first day of the NFL draft. Round one. Looks like they're getting ready to kick this off finally. Or no, they're just going to still talk, huh? They booed their shit out of Goodell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a annual thing.
It's
anyways.
a rite of like. Here's the thing. I brought this up too before with somebody. It's like Mel Blunt. It's like when Gary Bettman comes out to hand the cup off. When the NHL team wins the Stanley Cup. Gary Bettman might be the best of the major four commissioners of the leagues. He might be.
Yeah.
But it's such a tradition to boo Gary Bettman now, especially after the 95 and 2005 lockouts, that no matter how good of a job he does, and he does, I think he's done a fantastic job with this league over the last 30 years and growing it from something that was really on the verge of folding to being a true major four sport. Yeah. I think it's just a rite of passage that you just boom. So I think Roger Goodell, that's the thing with Roger Goodell, I don't think you can do anything other than say, is that Ben? Keep him out of the bathroom.
Yeah, you're like 10 seconds ahead of me or so.
Oh, I'm streaming, so I'm surprised about that. ELS says, King, if there's any trade alerts, I will put them in the chat. Thank you so much, ELS, for being with us. And again, thank you to everybody for joining us. ELS letting us know a lot of information here. He wants to know if we're doing open bar tomorrow. Don't know. And if so, will you be reporting any of the I will be reporting at the Resch Center in Green Bay for Blizzard football. There you go. I wish I loved anything as much as ELS loves the Blizzard. Booing his ass again. Love it. Yes, we saw that George Pickens signed his franchise tag with the Cowboys. A lot of people saying, oh, well, why would he do that? Because here's the thing. Maybe he doesn't want to play on a franchise tag, but now that he's signed, he could be traded.
Yes.
So people are thinking that. And the Raiders are officially on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Raiders officially on the clock. And there we go. We've got our clock countdown ourselves.
They know who they're picking. So
yeah, everybody knows who the fuck they're picking.
Go out there.
Like, what are we doing? Mendoza's down in Miami hanging out with his family.
I don't blame the kid.
Nah, celebrate that with your family. Like it's cool to be there. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's cool to enjoy it with your family. Like, are they going to make us wait the whole fucking 8 minutes for like commercials and shit? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like what are we watching? WrestleMania again?
What are we doing?
Half of ads.
I'll tell you, outside of the constant fucking commercials, I'm sorry, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people are bitching about it. A lot of people are upset by it or whatever, but like I said, the best thing that I ever did was unplug from the internet wrestling community.
Yeah.
Getting out of the IWC and just watching an event and deciding if I like it or not has been the best thing to happen for me. And yes, the ads were fucking a lot. There was a lot of them. But overall, I enjoyed the fucking show. I enjoyed both nights. I enjoyed both nights. I thought both nights were great. I'm going to be honest. I'm so unplugged. I didn't know about Paige. So, like, Paige showing up was a legitimate fucking shock to me. That's another great thing about being unplugged from the internet wrestling community is that I don't read any of the dirt sheets. I don't read any of that shit. So when something actually happens, I am fucking shocked. I was like, oh, shit. Come Dorella's back. Let's go.
That all happened that day. They tested her neck and drug tested her and all that stuff.
I'm glad she's back and everything like that. But Paige, Miss Beavis, we never forget. The internet never forgets.
What are you talking about?
Great to have you back, though. Remember everybody swearing that Arch Manning was coming out this year?
Yeah.
Who's going to be in the Arch Manning Sweeps again? What did I tell everybody? I said, he is not coming out this year. You don't know that. You don't know that. I said that fucking last year at last year's draft, and everybody kept up. You don't know that. Oh, no, he's coming out. Why would he stay? Why would he stay? Because he can still make millions of dollars there, and he's still not as polished as I think as he wants to be. And we saw that this year with Texas. Even though Texas got better as the year went on, again, this was basically a rookie year for him. He's a Manning. He's not someone that's going to try to, he's not going to come prematurely. So I kind of knew that wasn't going to be the case.
Yeah. And even going into this year, I think it was ESPN I saw, has him as the 5th best quarterback in the nation.
And again, we'll see. But that's the thing. We'll see who had Fernando Mendoza going number 1 overall this year. Before last year, like when everybody's like, "Oh, the way too early." Let's look at who's the top quarterbacks. Let's see who's this, that. Like, yeah. There's the Raiders draft room. They're hugging everybody. So I think they've officially made it official. Something that we've known for roughly about 3.5 fucking months now.
But yet they're still going to make us wait the 4.5 minutes.
ESPN's got to get the commercials in. You know that. You know that. You know that, and I know that. That is mom. Right next to him, yeah. She's a spicy little Latina MILF. That's not bad. That's not bad. King, stop being misogynistic, you dirty bastard. You dirty fat old bastard. I got nothing else.
Keep it up, and you'll be the next Vrabel.
Dude, if I get to make out with Diana Rossini, that's not bad. That's not a bad way to go
You
out.
know what? I was thinking about that today. Like, she's pretty when she's quiet. I can't stand her voice. I didn't mean it that way.
Good.
saw
No.
your
Okay.
face
And
I'm
with
like,
that,
why is
the
he-
pick is in.
I guess on the next
Jimbo.
frame.
Oh, Jimbo knew. Oh, Jimbo knew. Oh, Jimbo, no. The pick is in, and we are just waiting for the announcement. You've heard we got a nice little chime there for you for the pick is in. In case you didn't hear it, here it is again because I worked on it. So go. There we go. Pick is in. ELS says, King, be normal. And then he amends that and says, guys, be normal. ELS, you've been with us for over 2 years. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know this is us, baby. But holy shit, Jimbo, don't ever say, like, you are legitimately going to get this kid. Darren Rossini, man. Yeah, she's pretty when she's quiet. What? What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Jimbo, the only person in the world that can build up sympathy for Diana Rossini right now. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
I don't even know where to go from here. I'm trying to watch what I say now.
We're just waiting for, here comes Raj.
Oh.
Habu. Fernando Mendoza, the most. And
I wonder
with
if they
that,
brought just one hat to the house.
that's it. There's one.
Should we take this to the 49ers one or the Eagles? Oh, you just left your little homie hang. Oh, he did it again. The kid on the left there's like went to do the handshake and everything. He got Tom Brady.
Hey, fuck you, kid. Sorry.
He's shaking everybody's hand.
Jesus. I would too. Like again, we all know this is happening, but so now the Jets, Jets. They are on the clock. Their 8 minutes have started. ELS says no surprise at all. Indeed, no surprise at all. There's another party going on there at Coral Gables, Florida, where all of Mendoza's. I mean, they got Raider jerseys there already with Mendoza's name on it.
Nice little looking bar.
I was gonna say that's not bad. Well, again, it's Florida. Florida, you're gonna get nice.
Yeah,
bars.
that's true.
You're gonna get nice bars. Christopher Columbus High School veteran Fernando Mendoza is now the quarterback for the Raiders. Here's the question: does he start, or do they start Cousins and then bring him in?
I think Cousins starts.
A lot of people have been saying that, but I don't know. Because here's the thing: the Raiders aren't on the hook for a ton of money for him.
No. But the thing is, you don't want to throw him in there and have it's third down and Geno Smith drops back. He's sacked type situation with them. You know, you don't want him to get hammered to the point that he just never recovers. You know, so put Cousins in there till week 5, week 6. And if Mendoza's ready, then throw him in there then. Let him get used to the NFL speed.
What are you doing in there? Looking for what? Hot dogs. Oh, apple. Pepper Jack, looking for an apple. Sorry, just going to keep everybody updated. So, yeah, Jets on the clock right now, waiting to see who they pick.
I'll be right back, King.
All righty, go take care of business. A lot of people saying Jets looking for Arvell Reese. Looking at that linebacker edge, looking for some kind of defensive help there, either Arvell Reese or David Bailey from either Ohio State, Texas Tech. Those are those two guys. Will the Jets do that, or will the Jets jet? We are going to find out here in a moment. Again, Jets on the clock. Crafty says, I think they compete in practice. Obviously, they're going to compete in practice. But I think it's a matter of how do you want to go with this? Do you want them to be like, do you want to start off fresh with the rook and just ride with the rookie? Or do you want to ride with Cousins? It doesn't go well. Now you're behind the ball a little bit. And then you throw the rookie in maybe a bad situation. It might be a bad situation just throwing him out there anyway. But you kind of know a little bit that, like, hey, it's gonna be a little rough, but we're riding with this kid. I don't know. There's always something about it to me. Like, it feels like when you go in as relief, even though it might be planned, like, oh, we're going to go in with this quarterback and then we'll see what our rookie has. Like with the Giants last year with Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart. It was so bad under Russell Wilson. Yeah, it felt good to get Jackson Dart in there. And, hey, we got a win against the Chargers. How great was that? Even though we lost Malik Neighbors in that game. And he did well. But even if he didn't, then it's like, I don't know. Pick is in for the Jets, Jets. Let's see who they get. The Cardinals are now on the clock. Well, let's see. Who will the Jets pick? I don't know, ELS. They've been talking about maybe a lot of trades in this draft. So we'll see. I don't know. Could it be the Cowboys? Maybe do we see Pickens maybe moved? Let's see. What do we got coming up here for the Jets? Crafty says, I've always been a believer in letting the rookie sit a little bit. I agree with that, but then again, we've also seen other quarterbacks do well without doing that. So David Bailey. It was Arvell Reese or David Bailey for the Jets. And they pick David Bailey. So there we go. Edge rusher out of Texas Tech. Will this help the New York Jets? They got rid of a lot of their defensive goodness that they had. So let's get this. All right, I was going to say, why wasn't this update? So there we go. We got Fermando. He's the Mando. Fernando Mendoza. First for the Raiders. The Jets have picked David Bailey. And now we have the Cardinals on the clock. A lot of people think the Cardinals might trade here, ELS. You were talking about trades. People thinking the Cardinals were going to trade up or down. They said if they didn't, it felt like that they were going to go with some people saying they might go with Jeremiah Love. A lot of people thinking they were going to pick up either Arvell Reese or David Bailey, whoever the Jets didn't pick. That's still a possibility. Might still get offensive line help. They got options. They have options. But that's what I'm wondering if they might do. I think Ty Simpson would be way too high. I think the Cardinals could pick him up in the second round if they want to. I think, do the Cardinals have a second round pick? I think they do. Let's see. Yes, they do. They pick second in the second round. So I honestly think the Cardinals could, unless somebody decides to trade up into the first round to get Ty Simpson, and I don't know anybody that right now would be willing to do that, but I don't know. ALS thinks Ty Simpson will be. So you're on the Dan Orlovsky bandwagon where you think he's going to get paid. I don't know. Jimbo banging Alicia? Man, what's going on? I didn't know I'd be doing this by myself. Crafty in the chat says, Bailey's like, great. There goes the next 5 years of my career. Cardinals still on the clock. I'm wondering if they're taking a little bit of time if they're looking for a trade. Again, that was kind of the big thing. Everybody thought the Cardinals would be moving, so I don't know. Jimbo's back. Did you wash your dick, Jimbo? For the love of God.
You got your phone on you?
I do have my phone on me.
All right, I'm going to text you something real quick.
Uh-oh. My nephew gave me a message. He says, we knew that was going to happen, yeah, as far as Fernando Mendoza. We absolutely knew that was going to end up happening. Cardinals are getting this right down to the wire here. Okay. Do you have to are you gonna do that now or?
Yeah.
Okay. So I could do that and that's fine and we'll do that. So and if you want to come back, just message me one way or another and we'll figure that out. Okay, brother?
All right, bud.
All right,
sorry. I got it.
That is
sorry, guys,
not a problem.
Go deal with something.
That's not a problem. Not a Diana Rossini situation. Don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
It is not a Diana Rossini situation. So, but that'll be that. All right. So let's go ahead and change this. The pick is in, and we will get all that. So while this is happening, Jimbo, we will switch over all the cameras here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later. There we go. Ha ha! I was waiting to see if I can get myself back on here. Now let me I got to move myself here. Hold on. Let me select it. Hey, there we go. By the way, the pick is in for the Cardinals. And by the way, the Titans are now on the clock. So let's see. Who did the Cardinals pick here? The boos are in. The boos are in. Jeremiah Love. The Cardinals. So the Giants will not be getting Jeremiah Love. We know that at least for sure. So me and Jimbo both, we were like, oh, he was going to be on the Eagles. Oh, he's going to be on the Giants. He's not going to be anywhere. Jeremiah Love is on the Arizona Cardinals. And there we go. Oh, that's not number 2. It was number 3. Why does that say number 2? My goodness. So we are on to pick number 4. It is the Tennessee Titans that are up here. So first 3 picks of the NFL draft. We've got Mendoza. We've got David Bailey from Texas Tech, the edge rusher going to the Jets. Jets. And the Arizona Cardinals did not trade. And kind of what was rumored ended up being the case. They get Jeremiah Love for their running back. Now, where does Tennessee go? Do they go defense with Sonny Styles? A lot of people think that was going to be the 2 choices, either Jeremiah Love if he was there or Sonny Styles if he was there. It appears Sonny Styles will be there. Do the Titans pick him up? I know the Giants fans would really love to have Sonny Styles. We'd also love to have Caleb Downs. We'd also love to have Carnell Tate. We'd like to have a lot of these people. Giants have 2 picks here in the top 10. We will see what happens here. Giants are like, fuck, now we can't waste our pick on a running back. Well, the last time we picked somebody that high was Saquon Barkley, which, again, I'm not a fan of taking running backs super high in the draft, but Saquon wasn't a bad pick. ELS thinks the Titans will end up taking a wide receiver. Let's see. Is that somebody on their list there? A lot of people had Love going. They thought the Cardinals were going to go defense. I'm seeing from a lot of mock drafts that were out there, a lot of people had the Cardinals going defense instead of Jeremiah Love. I heard some people talk about them going Jeremiah Love or trading. They ended up going with Love. So he gets to go out to the desert. Lovely area. Oh, Phoenix and Glendale. Beautiful area. Great golf courses. All the legal weed you could want. Like, it's real nice out there. It's real nice. My nephew Thomas, he just messaged me. He says, did not think Arizona would do that. I did not think that either. Thomas, but here we are. And that is the case. So Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame going out to the desert. Take a look at social media here. ELS says, "What? Why is one of the Browns quarterback needs quarterback? Because they have no. Because they had 17 quarterbacks last year, and none of them were good. And now they have 3 quarterbacks on their roster still, and none of them are good. That's why. ELS, the Browns still need a quarterback. Cleveland, where quarterbacks go to die, and it is. It's really bad. Crafty says the Titans just need some offensive line help, some wideouts, a couple of running backs, and a defense. Other than that, I think they're all set. I would say this. I was very much not on Cam Ward coming out. But he really turned the page for me with that. And by the way, now the pick is in for the Titans. Giants are on the clock. Let's wait to see who the Titans got here. We'll wait for the pick to come in before we hit the cool old graphics. But who will be the number 4 pick here in the National Football League draft? Waiting to see here, waiting for Goodell to walk up to. We see the Titans all hugging in their war room. They call it draft rooms now, but I'm old enough to remember where it was the war room, and it's still the war room to me, damn it. ELS says only option for the Browns would be Ty Simpson that high. I don't know if you're I don't know what you do if you're the Browns. I honestly don't know what you do if you're the Browns. Not be the Browns. That would be a good. Let's see. We see a bunch of the Titan fans there. The Titans go wide receiver. And the Tennessee Titans have picked Cardinals Tate out of Ohio State. So one of the ones that the Giants kind of would want. Instead, it is the Titans who pick him up. Cardinals Tate, wide receiver from the Ohio State University, goes to the Tennessee Titans. Getting a lot of wows from the commentators here. A lot of people saying like that. But ELS called it a little bit. He thinks they went wide receivers. He thought they were going to go wide receiver. He thought they were going to go offense. And indeed, they did. ELS says, I called it. I know something. And yes, you do. ELS, that's why we love you, ELS. That's why we love having you here. So there you go. Number 4 pick. Save that up there. Cardinals Tate. ELS says the Giants will pick Reese. Who's Reese? Arvell Reese? On defense? Nah, dude, I'm telling you. I kind of want... Maybe. Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles. I like those guys too, though. I mean, the fact that Sonny is still there, the fact that Caleb is still there, we didn't know if neither one of them were going to be there. The Giants pick is in. We will wait to see who they pick, but the Giants pick is in, and the Browns are on the clock. So the Giants have picked somebody. So now we're just waiting to see. Where this is. Where's my list? I might get rid of this. We might just get rid of that. And just have that up there. It's kind of redundant to have the last pick there and the last pick show up there. Like, it's kind of dumb. So we'll remove that and we'll remove that. Good idea, but I think it's just redundant to have that up on the screen. So there we go. Crafty says, watch the Giants drift. I said, if that happens, I mean, if you thought New York was going to burn just because Mamdani was in charge, New York will burn if they do that. Let's not even joke, Crafty. The Browns might do it. The Browns have a better chance of doing that, I think, than the Giants. I hope. We'll see. Again, Joe Shane, you never know. Oh, I'm in stop chat. I got to go live chat here. Why am I missing anybody's chats here? I hope I haven't missed anybody's chats. Okay, I don't know if I've missed anybody's chats. But, by the way, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. Right now, when it comes to the Giants pick, they think Giants get both Downs and Tyson. Only 17% of the people think that. Getting either Downs and Jordan Tyson and Sonny Styles, 50%. Or Shane fucks it up completely, 33%. Nobody thinks the Giants will get either Downs, Tyson, or Styles and then trade it their other pick. So we'll see. They picked at 5. We will see where this goes. We will see who the Giants have picked here, waiting for the commissioner to tell us who the New York Football Giants have selected to be part of their team the first year under John Harbaugh. Oh, and they're going to go to commercial, so we're going to have to wait until we see other shit happen. I think the Giants can go a couple different ways here. The fans are screaming for Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles. Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles. I'm not opposed to that. Orville Reese being available doesn't hurt, but I mean you have Abdul Carter on one side, you got Thibodeau on the other, unless you want to trade Thibodeau, which I guess that's still an option. Again, I'm always about offensive line, but we're still pretty high up in the draft here. I don't know if you pick more skill than that. We'll see. We do need offensive line help tremendously. But also getting help in that secondary is another, like the only thing worse than our offensive line has been our secondary over these last couple of years. So I mean, I'm not adverse to it. I'm not adverse to it. He said, of course they're gonna drag out the Giants pick with a commercial. Of course they do. See what my nephew thinks. Let's see what he thinks. Where are the Giants going to go on this one, Thomas? He's got a good football mind, that kid. He's also really good. Very good player for East Stroudsburg. Cavaliers. East Stroudsburg, South Cavaliers. Fantastic defensive player. My nephew is. Hoping, and again, he's got dedication, and he's got the work ethic now. So, I mean, there's a very good chance that we see my nephew in one of these drafts coming up in the next couple of years. And I certainly hope so. I certainly hope to see that one day. But also, he's got a good football mind. So we'll see what he thinks, which way the Giants are going to go. Because he's got a good mind. He's got a good football mind. As we all do. Oh, we've got to trade. We've got to trade. We've got to trade. We've got to trade. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Browns have traded. Wow. Didn't see that coming, but there we are. The Chiefs have traded with the Browns. And now the Chiefs are on the clock. Let's see. Who have the Giants picked? ELS letting us know the Browns traded the number 6 pick to Kansas City for picks 9, 74, and 148. Thank you so much, ELS. Waiting to see who we got here. Orville Reese. The New York Giants have selected Orville Reese from Ohio State. I don't think anybody thought he was going to be there. So the fact that he was there. Let's see what ELS called it again. Yes, you did. You are on top. ELS, you should start doing mock drafts. The Chiefs have made their pick, and now it is the Redskins on the clock. By the way, here's a report coming from Mike Florio, old commie Mike. He says Cardinals running back Jeremiah Love had an abnormal EKG at the scouting combine, but further testing did clear up that issue, which is why there apparently was not a problem with the Cardinals picking him there. This feels like the Chiefs are going to go Jordan Tyson. It feels like Jordan Tyson. This feels like they're going wide receiver. And the Giants love Jordan Tyson. They wanted to get Jordan Tyson. Joe Shane had a massive erection over Jordan Tyson, but it feels like the Chiefs made this move because they wanted to get Jordan Tyson. Even though they still had that pick above the Giants, it felt like that was they wanted to mitigate any of that. So from let's see what you guys are posting on Twitter when you're doing like 5-8 minutes behind everyone else. Just forgetting about Tate. Yeah, some Giants fans are still pissed that we didn't get Tate, but I think everybody was on Tate because they didn't think Orville Reese was going to be there. The fact that Orville Reese is there is a huge thing. Yeah, I agree, Ellis. I think Jordan Tyson's going to be the Chiefs' pick here. They do all this extraneous shit. Just get to the picks, man. Like, I hate this shit. Giants said they're going to get me unique with it. Get unique with it, my friend. I don't care. As long as you win his games. Third youngest top 5 pick at only 20 years old and 236 days since the year 2000. To my nephew Thomas, who's watching, could be you. Could be you. Got to work that ass off, man. My nephew Thomas was like, he's thinking Orville Reese too. Look at that. See, I told you the kid was smart. I told you. Kid's smart. Thought he was going to be gone, but he's there. Yes. But no, the Spencer Fano could be a good for them too. I told you. Yes, you did, Thomas. Thomas all over this one. So we'll see. Again, you hear Schefter talking about the Chiefs' defensive needs. You see on the chart here, they say the Chiefs need cornerback help. They need defensive line help, edge help. They need that. But will they go offense more than defense here? I don't know. I don't know if Sonny Styles will make it to 10. Cornerback Mansour Delaney for the Chiefs. Mansour Delane from LSU, picked up by the Chiefs. So the Chiefs go defense. And they do not pick up Tyson Jordan. So Tyson Jordan still in play for the New York Football Giants. Although now with the Redskins up, they might take him. They might take him. Interesting. And the Redskins pick is in. So now it is the Saints on the clock. Big surprise, says ELS. Yeah, that's... And again, Washington, they need wide receiver help. According to this particular chart, they need offensive line help. A lot of people thought that they might have picked up Mansour, but they've also got Sonny Styles on their list as well with a couple of different mock drafts. They could get Caleb Downs as well. He's still out there. There's a lot of pieces at play still out there for these teams. So let's see. ELS he's doubling down on Jordan Tyson going to the Redskins now. He said he didn't go to the Chiefs. Let's see if he goes to the nation's capital. He just might. He just might. Waiting to see this pop up here. First round's moving. I'll give it that. First round is moving here so far. Yeah, I feel like if they want to build around Shuck, if the Saints want to build around Shuck, they'll get Jordan Tyson. But that's what I mean. Like, is that something where maybe the Giants try to go up there? Do the Giants try to move? So the Chiefs trade their first round pick, a 6 for a 9th, number one overall pick, sorry. And then they also give up their third round pick, and they give up the 5th round pick to the Browns in order to go up there and get Mansour. And now the Washington Red Command Skins here. ELS thinks the Giants will stay at 10 and pick there. But let's, who will be there? Will there be one of these players that the Giants really want? I know Shane really, really, really wants Tyson. He really wants Jordan Tyson. There's Jerome Bettis to one side of Goodell. And is that Lynn Swann? Lynn Swann doesn't age. Everybody go Bobby! Hey, Bobby Wagner, man of the year. Sonny Styles is the pick for the Redskins. Sonny Styles is the pick. The Saints pick is in. So the Browns are back on the clock. ELS says, interesting, they went defense. So maybe Jordan Tyson might still be there for the New York Football Giants unless the Browns pick him up. Now, is this a case where the Browns pick up Ty Simpson? Did they trade down because they knew people were still going to get Ty Simpson, so they got more picks and might still get the player they want? Or is it because they wanted to get Jordan Tyson because they knew other teams weren't going to pick him up so they could go down? I wonder. We'll see. Are the Browns masterminds here all of a sudden? I doubt it. Barry, their GM, is no mastermind, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe this year lightning will strike for the Cleveland Browns. We got to say it's got to go through the Saints and we got to go through the Browns. So we'll see. The Saints have their pick in, and it is now the Browns on the clock, as you can see up there, waiting to see who the Saints have picked at number 8. Overall here, our first, what do we got here? 7 picks. Fernando Mendoza obviously goes first. Everybody knew that was happening. David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech. He goes to the Jets. Jeremiah Love. A lot of people thought the Cardinals might be the first team to trade in this draft. They did not. They ended up going with Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. Great running back for them. Can that help turn their fortunes around as they look to rebuild that entire organization from the ground up? Possibly. Carnell Tate then taken by the Titans at number 4. Wide receiver. Get new weapon there for Cam Ward. The Giants get Arvell Reese, an edge rusher there. Linebacker from Ohio State. I think a lot of people were surprised because they didn't think Arvell would fall that far. But the Giants pick him up. Then you got the Chiefs. They traded up with the Browns. That was the first trade of the night. They go up to number 6, and they trade away their number 9 pick and also their 3rd and 5th round picks in this draft to the Browns to get Mansour Delane, cornerback from LSU. I don't know why I had a little stutter there, but I did. And then the Redskins, the Red Command Skins, whatever you want to call them, Washington, they pick up much coveted Sonny Styles, linebacker from the Ohio State University. That gets us up here to the Saints. Their pick is in. We're waiting to hear from the commission to see who they have. And right now on the clock is the Cleveland Browns. They have roughly about 5 minutes left on the clock here. BLS thinks it'll be the Saints going offense. He's going to triple down now. He thought the Chiefs were going to go with Jordan Tyson. Then he thought the Redskins were going to go with Jordan Tyson. Now, will it be the Saints that go with Jordan Tyson? Or will he have to go for the superfecta there? Go quadruple down and say that maybe Jordan Tyson will go to the Browns. And if he doesn't, does he maybe go to their ELS? I think ELS might be ahead of us because he's screaming Tyson. So we'll see. I'm as live as I can be, yeah. No, I haven't seen anything yet. So I don't know, unless ELS is super ahead of me, which is possible. Or maybe he was just saying that Tyson is going to be the guy. As they go to commercial here, so we'll wait. Oh, I think ELS is just saying he thinks it's going to be Tyson. He's going Tyson again. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. More commercials indeedy duty. Ari Miroff is tipping off here that the Browns are going to select Utah offensive tackle Spencer Fano with the number 9 pick. That is a report from Ari Miroff saying that the Browns are going to pick offensive tackle Spencer Fano out of Utah. And indeed, the Saints are picking. The Saints are picking Jordan Tyson at number 8. So Jordan Tyson off the board Jordan Tyson is going to the Saints. That has been the latest there. It's not updated yet on the on your graphics there on your screen, but he is going. So Jordan Tyson, the Giants wanted to get Jordan Tyson. He will not be going. Injuries are a concern for him, as we were talking about. He's coming off, I believe, a knee injury from last year, but it will be another weapon there for Tyler Shuck. And if what we're being led to believe here is that the Browns, they are going to be going with offensive tackle Spencer Fano. So we're already back up to the Giants pick here. Just waiting for the official clock to hit. We gotta wait for everything to be official. But look for Jordan Tyson to be going to the Saints, and Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, he will be going to the Cleveland Browns. Eli, I don't know what Stephen A. Smith said about NASCAR, but if it was something derogatory towards NASCAR, I agree with him. NASCAR is terrible. Of that, I don't disagree with him. Got to hurry up with the commercials here, guys. The Browns clock is about to run out. Announce the goddamn picks. So the Giants do not get Jordan Tyson. That is upsetting for Joe Shane and for some Giants fans. I think so. I think at this point, the Giants are going to go Caleb Downs. Yeah, there it is. Just do it one more time, officially, so we can get this officially done. Jordan Tyson. And the Giants back on the clock here. So we'll wait to see what the Browns have. Because for all intents and purposes, yeah, that's... Let's fucking move, guys. Come on. We're 2 picks behind here. Jordan Tyson has been picked. And the New York Giants, according to Ari Miroff here, again, this is not official, but the Giants will select Miami offensive tackle Francis Mauigoa. Let's go. 3-year starter at right tackle. Mauigoa played every game and allowed the lowest pressure rate among all FBS tackles in 2025. He is likely to be a right guard with the Giants. Let him work out. Please, don't be another Evan Neal. But that's a great... getting offensive line help is something so much that the Giants needed. Absolutely. So that's a fantastic pickup for the New York Giants, getting offensive tackle, right guard, Francis Mauigoa. I think that's how you say his name. I hope it is. If not, I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm but a man, flesh and bone. This is bringing up the point that the Giants did pass on Caleb Downs to get offensive line help, but I think we needed that. There might be Giants fans out there that are fucking complaining, but fucking yell at the wall. We need offensive line help. The Giants need offensive line help more than anything. Let me see if I can find a draft tracker that's more up to speed here. Let me see if I can find something real time. Maybe, yeah, CBS has got a pretty decent one here. Let's see. Just trying to work some stuff out here, guys. All right, we got. All right, I think we're gonna do this one. Hold on. Here's our latest picks that you can see up there now. Spencer Fano for the Browns. The Giants getting Francis Mauigoa. And now the Dolphins are on the clock. Lloyd says, I guess Discord doesn't recognize my passkey on the other email. Sorry, that's fine, Lloyd. That's fine. Join us whenever you want. Again, thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports for this 2026 NFL Draft. We did have Jimbo with us a little earlier. He had to leave, unfortunately. But he might be back. He might be back before the end of the night. We will see. But it is what it is, and now you're just stuck with me and my beautiful face as we sit here and look over this. The Browns officially making their pick now, which we already know of, Spencer Fano. Fano? I'd say Fano. That's what it looks like. And there's that Samoan. Ruins what? Like, people are complaining about people tipping picks. Eat shit. I want to know who's the picks. I want to know, especially because this is YouTube anyway. So we're behind fucking everybody. So at least here we can get the picks out there and get it on probably when people are fucking actually seeing the picks happen. So Yeah, I mean, it's slow, and people are sitting there complaining about, oh, stop tipping picks. Eat shit. I want these picks out as soon as we can get them. Yeah, there we go. See. People get pissed at the dumbest shit. Oh, he's an IMG kid. All right, there you go. Why is all of my why is Google Chrome freezing on me? It's been doing this for the last little bit. I don't like it. So there we go. The latest pick for the Giants, Francis Mauigoa. Lloyd says, "King, you okay?" No, I got burnt. I got burnt this weekend. We I standing outside for 2 fucking hours on Record Store Day. Outside in just on an absolutely cloudless day, getting beat down by the fucking sun in Easton, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I got burnt to shit. There has been a trade. The Cowboys are trading with the Dolphins. So we've got a trade here. The Cowboys moving up just 1 spot. And the pick is in. The Dallas Cowboys will be picking Caleb Downs, the one that everybody on the Giants wanted to have. Boy, well, now this is going to bite the Giants in the ear. If Caleb Downs turns out to be a fucking guy and the Giants have to deal with him for the next 15 years in division, woo-hoo-hoo, that's going to be a problem. So now that we know so now the Dolphins are right back on the clock. I'm ready to die for you. Hopefully that's not the case. No, I'm not screwing about the draft. No. Terms of the deal, the Cowboys, obviously, they get the 11th pick, which they've picked Caleb Downs. The Dolphins, they get the 12th pick, so it's just a pick swap right there. 1 pick up, 1 pick down for each team. They also get pick 177, which is what's the 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round? I don't know. Let me know which one that is. So there we go. We've got a couple trades. So we've had the Chiefs trade up. Chiefs traded up, and they got Mansour Delane from LSU, the old Louisiana State University. It's like family there. And the Browns traded down. So that was 6 and 9, and the Browns also got a 3rd and 5th round pick from the Chiefs. with the Browns picking offensive tackle Spencer Fano. The Giants, so 2 offensive tackles back-to-back. Spencer Fano for the Browns, Francis Mauigoa for the Giants from Miami. Jordan Tyson, who Joe Shane really wanted, goes to the Saints at number 8. And, of course, as we know, number 1, Fernando Mendoza. Number 2, David Bailey, edge rusher, goes to the Jets out of Texas Tech. Jeremiah Love went to the Cardinals at 3. A lot of people thought he might go down to the Titans. People thought the Cardinals were big trade bait, but they ended up picking Cardinal Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. He goes to Tennessee as another weapon there for Cam Ward. Arvell Reese, who I didn't think a lot of people thought would drop down to where the Giants were. That's why everybody was talking for the Giants about getting either Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs or something like that. Instead, the Giants have Arvell Reese fall into their lap, and they pick him up there at 5. Then, of course, we talked about the Chiefs with Mansour Delane and the trade there. Sonny Styles out of Ohio State goes to Washington. Jordan Tyson, as we talked about, to the Saints. Spencer Fano, Francis Mauigoa there to the Giants at 10. So the Giants do get offensive line help. We'll see. Hopefully that will help out the Giants' offensive line because they certainly are going to need it. And then the Cowboys just traded with the Dolphins to get up 1 pick. I'm not sure why they felt the need to do that, unless they thought the Dolphins were going to pick him. But if the Dolphins traded with you, then they weren't going to pick him. So I don't know. But either way, the Cowboys trade up just 1 spot with the Dolphins to get Caleb Downs. And that is where we sit currently, waiting on the Dolphins to see who they will pick. I thought the Cowboys might trade. I didn't think it was going to be this kind of small trade. I thought it might be something big, maybe something involving Pickens. A lot of people thought maybe Pickens was going to be part of this. Instead, no. This is what we have here. We have the Cowboys getting Caleb Downs, and now the Dolphins still on the clock. And then after that, we got the Rams upcoming. So, yeah, just talking about the Cowboys trade. No, nothing yet there for the Dolphins. Wait to see who they pick. Yeah, we knew the Cowboys were picking Downs. We know it. No, the Lions have not picked yet. The Lions are picking at number 17. That is where the Lions will pick. Saying that they will, whether or not they'll trade or not, but we will see. But nothing as of yet. Do we have another trade here? I think we might have another trade here. Well, no trade yet. Okay, so Miami, we don't know who Miami's picking, But to answer your question, this comes from Ari Miroff. It appears that the Rams are going to end up picking Ty Simpson. We'll have to wait to see until that's actually done. But Ty Simpson appears to be going to the Los Angeles Rams. We still don't know who the hell the Dolphins are picking. So now we're picking picks before. Is this a Minnesota Vikings situation? Have the Dolphins let the clock elapsed? ELS says Dolphins are picking key. That's a wasted pick. That's a wasted pick. Well, it says here the Dolphins pick is in, so we're going to find out who they did pick. And we know the Rams are picking Ty Simpson. So we're going to go all the way down to the Ravens here, put the Ravens on the clock. Well, no, we'll leave the Rams up there until it's official. We'll leave the Rams up there until it's official. Still no word on who. The Dolphins are keeping this very tight-lipped. Usually this stuff will break out. But there is nothing here so far. Let's see who they're going to pop up here. By the way, thank you so much for watching us here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. You are watching the 2026 NFL Draft as we're trying to stay ahead of the game here. The Cowboys picked Caleb Downs in a trade with the Dolphins. And we do have that pick in, and it is Caden Proctor. Caden Proctor, tackle out of Alabama. That is who has been picked by the Miami Dolphins. And also with that, we can do this again because the Los Angeles Rams have picked Ty Simpson. As you can see there on your screen, quarterback out of, so Alabama back-to-back. Caden Proctor, tackle out of Alabama, goes to Miami. And, which is, listen, I've said it from the start. You always have to start building from your trenches, offensive and defensive lines. And I think that's where the Dolphins have to start there. And the Rams, they get Ty Simpson to come in there with possibly Jimmy Garoppolo retiring and Matthew Stafford coming up to the end of the career. Will this year be his last? Will his back hold on this year? We will find out. But the Rams going with Ty Simpson. This, of course, from Pro Football Focus, says Simpson has an intriguing NFL traits, both as a passer and as an athlete, flashing high-level throws against zone coverage and posting a strong success rate attacking the middle of the field. However, has limited starting experience at the college level and shows up in the timing, inconsistent ball placement, and uneven performance under pressure. He would benefit from landing in a situation that allows him to sit and develop early, through the physical tools, and flashes suggest legitimate starting upside. So the Rams are looking for an eye to the future, kind of like a Packers situation here where they're drafting a young quarterback to sit for maybe a year or two behind a veteran quarterback and kind of take it all in. So there you go. Ty Simpson in the first round. I didn't know if he was going to go first round or not. ELS called it, and it seems like that kind of situation was exactly what they were looking for. So now here we go. And it's now the Ravens on the clock. So there we go. Caden Proctor, tackle out of Alabama. And we know that the Rams are taking Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. So Alabama back-to-back at picks 12 and 13. Who will the Ravens take? We're going to find out in just a moment. As you look over here, we'll run down these picks again. Fernando Mendoza at 1. David Bailey, edge rusher out of Texas Tech, at 2. Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame. Would have loved to see him on the Giants, but instead he goes to Arizona. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, becomes a weapon for Cam Ward in Tennessee at number 4. Arvell Reese falls to number 5 to the New York Football Giants, providing more defensive just danger on that New York Giants Big Blue Wrecking Crew defense. Mansour Delane goes to Kansas City as they trade up with the Browns to pick at number 6. The Redskins get Sonny Styles out of Ohio State, linebacker at number 7. Number 8, Jordan Tyson, who the Giants really loved, but he goes to the Saints to be a weapon there for Shuck. He's out of Arizona State. Had a couple injury issues, but he goes high, number 8 to the Saints. At number 9, the Browns pick Spencer Fano out of Utah, offensive tackle. The Giants pick right guard out of Miami, Francis Mauagoa, to protect Jackson Dart. At number 10, Caleb Downs then goes to the Cowboys at 11 as they traded up one spot with the Dolphins. The Dolphins pick Caden Proctor, and the Rams have picked Ty Simpson. So there is all of your picks as it stands right now. So now just still waiting on we got the Ravens up next. Ravens picking 14th here. Yeah, let's make it a Max Crosby joke when it comes to the Ravens. Boy, I've never seen a team go from a team that, were whatever, or maybe some people like to be. The Ravens are the villains of 2026. After that whole Max Crosby shit, they are the absolute villains of 2026. No doubt. Even more so than the Eagles. I think even more so than the Eagles. From Ari Miroff, the Rams, they did inform Matthew Stafford today that they do plan to take Ty Simpson at number 13. He was informed that the pick is for when he retires, whenever that may be. That's a report from Jay Glazer via Ari Miroff at My Sports Update there on the good old Twits. ELS says, I have my Bucks jersey ready. How can you be a Packers fan and a Bucks fan? You're just a fan of Bay teams? Just taking all the Bays? Can't have all the Bays, ELS. You get Green Bay, you get Tampa Bay. You gotta pick one. I got to tell you, I don't hate the Giants draft. I know there's going to be Giants fans out there that piss on it and do anything like that, but I don't hate it. Oh, we wanted Caleb Downs. It was Caleb Downs or nothing. Caleb Downs. We need offensive line help. More than anything. If you're going to have draft picks in the first round, use them for what you need. We need offensive line help, and I'm hoping this will help us. Oh, okay. I got ELS says, long story short, Grandpa was a Bucks fan, so I'm a Packers-Bucks fan. I'm a fan of the Bays. So now just wait to see what we got coming up here. It's a shame we don't have. Diana Rossini kind of being a part of this year's festivities, but it is what it is, I suppose. Whew, okay. Pick is in for the Ravens. And the Ravens are going to pick guard out of Penn State. I don't know how to do this. Oliva Vega? Ione? At number 14. So there you go. The Ravens getting offensive line help. They lost their center this year, Lindenbaum, there to the Raiders. Not a center, but a guard here with Oliva Vega Ione. God, I'm so probably just way off the mark on that fucking name. But that is where Baltimore is going with a guard. And now it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are on the clock here because apparently there's been a trade. Has there been a trade or did I just screw up something? Wait, where's my Tampa Bay? Where's my Tampa Bay thing? Why do I not have a Tampa Bay thing? Why am I? Oh, did I not put a Tampa Bay in there? No, there's no trade. I guess it's Tampa Bay's on the clock at 15. Yeah, why is? I gotta find this. Hold on a second. Yeah, look at that. I didn't have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up there. That's incredibly crazy. There we go. Now we got it set. Now we do have the Buccaneers up there. So it is the Buccaneers on the clock. As ELS says, the Buccaneers are on the clock. Flag on King for forget. I thought I had every team. I don't know how I didn't get the Buccaneers up there. I looked at the goddamn draft order when I put all these graphics up there. How did I not have the Buccaneers? Let me see. I want to make sure that I actually didn't have them. Because I counted that shit, and I thought I had Steelers, Chargers, Eagles, Bears, Bills, Buccaneers. Dude, how did I double the fucking team? I have no idea. Either way, we do have the Buccaneers on the clock. We'll see who they pick. But the Ravens, they pick. Again, I have no idea how to say that goddamn name. He only broke out in 2025, earning an 80.0 overall grade as an offensive lineman, including an 87.0 pass blocking grade that ranked 12th among 374 FBS guards. He excelled in stable pass protection situations, grading in the 90th percentile on true passing sets and in the 95th percentile on 5 and 7 step drops. Across 311 pass blocking snaps, he allowed just 4 total hurries. So a big offensive line presence there picked up for the Baltimore Ravens. And now we'll see who the Buccaneers get. Apparently, some of their needs appear to be tight end, guard, center, edge rusher there on the defensive side, and linebacker. So we'll see who the Buccaneers pick at 15. Yeah, because the Rams are a good organization. They actually know what they're doing, and that's why they gave a heads up. They're talking about Schefter's talking about how when the Falcons picked Penix, they didn't tell Kirk Cousins they were picking Penix. Oh no, but with this pick, the Rams made sure to go ahead and tell Matthew Stafford, hey, we're picking this guy just for when you retire. Kind of doing a Green Bay situation. So. Not pushing you out, but, understand you're old and your back sucks. So, with Ty Simpson, this is the last first-round quarterback that will be recruited. Olai Vavenga Ioane. Okay, thank you. I'm trusting Roger Goodell to know how to say that fucking name. Olai Vavenga. Oh, I already fucked it up again. Ioane. I'm just going to call him Vega Ioane. There you go. You're getting named Vega. You're from Street Fighter now. But that's a very good point there, ELS. Ty Simpson is the last first-round quarterback that will be recruited by Nick Saban. The Buccaneers pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. The Buccaneers pick is in. And the Buccaneers will be picking Miami defensive end Ruben Bain Jr. with the number 15 pick, hoping to be the bane of the NFC South. The AAC. You really adopted the darkness. I was bored at it, raised by it. The ACC Defensive Player of the Year brings nonstop effort and now heads to Tampa with head coach Todd Bowles, which will probably fuck him up. But there you go, the Buccaneers getting Ruben Bain out of Miami to bolster their defense. And with that, the JETS Jets are back on the clock. And I'm going to get more coffee. go. Like a mid-draft apple snack. This is how you know true love, ladies and gentlemen. Middle of the draft, you got a nice little apple snack, a little apple peanut butter snack from good old Pepper Jack. A little Pepper Jack snack. That's the best way to go. Crazy Southpaw Crafty. I don't know why I called you crazy, but you are crazy, Crafty. You know, crazy Crafty. Stafford thinking, glad I stayed one more year. All I need is an elite corner and a... What the fuck? Lloyd says, yeah, I expect Stafford to stay in L.A., try to go for one more Super Bowl, and then retire. I think so. I think that's the goal. I think we all kind of figured that with this. It feels like this is a Stafford retirement tour, considering the back, considering everything else. He's already got a ring. Let's see if he can get another one to go out with. We'll see. I haven't even looked at Giants Twitter. I know there's probably people losing their goddamn minds. But we needed offensive line help. So I'm glad we got some of that. See if we got any more tips on our picks here. Let's see, because we got the Jets up here. Who will the Jets be picking? And hey, guess what? We do have one here. The New York Jets. They will be selecting Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq at number 16. The Jets picking up a tight end. Our first tight end of the draft. Built like an action figure. Sadiq is a dynamic weapon who can stretch the seam and turn short throws into big plays. So there you go. The Jets picking a tight end. And that gets us to the Detroit Lions at number 17. Sadiq is an ideal modern tight end. In terms of athleticism and versatility, he can impact both the receiving and blocking phases, allowing teams to align him all over the formation. While his college production was limited, his upside is significant, making him a strong first-round projection. Lloyd, yeah, here you go, Lloyd. Your Lions are on the clock, and we will see what they do here. Goodell's just announcing the Buccaneers pick of Ruben Bain right now. Apples are so fucking delicious. I love me a good apple. Let me see. I might be able to slice this up a little bit more. I wonder how Jet fans feel about the tight end pick there. Lions right now on the clock. Lloyd says, this may be a dumb question, but have positions in football gone... Like, what do you mean? Like, what positions? Like, the H-back isn't really used too much anymore. There are some... fullback still technically exists. And you can still find a fullback here or there, but, they're not tremendously widespread as they used to be. Well, like, what position are you talking about, like defensive end? Because now that's gone like edge rusher. But that's kind of just a rename of the position. Because to be fair, Lawrence Taylor changed what the defensive end was. Like that outside linebacker / defensive end, they just became called an edge rusher because that's just somebody now that just comes off the edge of the line and rushes the quarterback. So, I mean, I get that. What I mean, have positions ceased to not be... Yeah, I mean, considering, like I said, fullback, H-back, didn't there used to be flanker? There used to be, like, called flanker or something. Way back in the day, there used to be the rover. So there was a lot of... I mean, there's been positions that have gone out or just changed names or things like that, yeah. But even, like, just think about it. The name of, like, quarterback, halfback, fullback, that's where they stood in accordance to the line as far as 10 yards went. The quarterback was a quarter of 10 yards. So what, like he was like 2.5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The halfback was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and the fullback was 10 yards. Full 10 yards behind. Like, that's how those became. Those were he was literally a quarterback from the line of scrimmage, a halfback from the line of scrimmage, and a fullback from the line of scrimmage, and that's how you got the names there. Nowadays, that's nobody does. Like, nobody's like, oh, the quarterback has to be a quarterback from the line of scrimmage. Nobody does that, but it's just the name stuck. So the position might not be the same, but the name stuck. There are other positions that I think have gone, like I was talking about, H-back and shit like that have gone the way of the dodo bird, like the rover, All right, let me go cut this out. Just announced the Jets pick. And with that, we have the Lions pick. The Lions are selecting offensive tackle out of Clemson, Blake Miller. At number 17, Blake Miller, 6'6" 3/4", 317 pounds. He's a former wrestler. That's a great sign there. Who started 54 games and set Clemson's all-time mark with 3,778 offensive snaps. Good. I mean, that's pretty good. That's solid. That's reliable. That's, the best ability you can have is availability, and this kid has it. And he's big. He's good at protecting. So that's a massive pickup there for the Lions on the offensive line. And now it's the Minnesota Vikings' turn to pick as they are up. But the Lions at number 17 pick Clemson offensive tackle Blake Miller. Blake Miller. Leo says, former wrestler, that suits a lot. Offensive linemen who are wrestlers. That's why I'm very glad that my nephew, he's a very good Greco-Roman wrestler. as well. And that's, I mean, because that's as an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, anything that's really lineman, anything with football really, but especially lineman, offense and defense, being that, having that wrestling skill and ability is also very good. Only helps. Only helps. Lloyd says, I hope he isn't a draft bust. He seems to be super solid. As we said, 3,778 offensive snaps with Clemson. That's their all-time mark for anybody playing there at Clemson. He's a 6'6" and 3/4, 317. He's a big boy that's going to have big protection there for Goff and the Lions. I think that's a fantastic pickup considering all the offensive linemen you've lost over the last 2 years. Having Ragnar retire, and then what's his face? Mr. I called in, I recorded in and you didn't report me. He just retired this year too, so that's, I think it was a super big need. I think it's a very good pickup for the Lions. Lloyd says, you could be good in college, but can't adapt to the pros. Understood. But you can't teach size, and you can't teach skill. And he wouldn't have started 3,778 straight offensive snaps for the Clemson Tigers if he wasn't good, if he wasn't reliable, and if he didn't have skill. He's got size, he's got ability, and he has durability. And I think that's the biggest key. He's got durability. No. Ragnar's not returning. They wanted him to return, but he failed his physical, so he can't come back. He was going to try to come back at the end of last season, but he failed his physical. So now who do the Vikings get? This says the Vikings have defensive line needs, offensive line needs, safety, wide receiver, cornerback, quarterback. I mean, you could say Kyler Murray, but I don't know. Pro Football Focus says running back, center, which is the offensive line, interior defensive line, safety. So around the same things, but they had running back into that list as well. But here we go. We have the Vikings pick is in. Vikings pick is in. And the Minnesota Vikings select at number 18, defensive tackle from Florida, Caleb Banks. A tall, athletic defensive tackle with an absurd 85 1/8 inch wingspan. Banks flashed in 2024, but was limited to 3 games last season due to a foot surgery. So, will he be well rested coming into the Vikings, or is this a concern? Is this maybe a reach for Minnesota getting Banks here at number 18 in the first round? But it doesn't matter because the pick's already in. The Vikings select Florida defensive tackle Caleb Banks at number 18. And with that, the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. Lloyd says the Lions are still going to be a threat for a while. We'll see. We had a little bit of a fall-off last year. Didn't make the playoffs. Not a great year. Can they bounce back? First year without Ben Johnson. First year without Aaron Glenn. And it did not go well. Will things go better this year? We'll find out. ELS says defense for the Vikings. Interesting. When the pick announced, I will get my cousin's reaction since he's a Vikings fan. All right. I know there's some people pissed about people tipping the picks early. Like I said, YouTube is so far behind on shit. Recording this shit, it's just like, you got to do it. And so, like, I'm not that far behind or that far ahead of anybody. And also, I'm on fucking YouTube, and I have like 340 some odd subscribers. On the road to 1,000 subscribers here on this great and glorious platform known as YouTube, so long as you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet, or this is your first time here. So I don't want to hear like shit. Like, people are going to bitch and moan like, oh, you shouldn't do that. It kills the suspense. If you're watching people on YouTube covering the draft, you're doing so probably to maybe even get a little bit of insight and see what's going on. Do a little extra shit. Like I said, I'm no analytics guy. I'm not somebody that's going to be super deep into this shit. But it is interesting, and I'm giving you the news first. There you go. I'm not, because obviously Ari Miroff and some of these other guys on here are giving it to you first on Twitter if you want to see the tip picks. And the other thing, too, is if you want it to be nice and secret and wait to see fucking Roger Goodell go out there and announce it for everybody, the great thing is you don't have to watch us. You can just watch ESPN. Congratulations. Lloyd, no, they can change the face mask color, and they can change pants. That's the only thing they can change. Lloyd asked the questions. Can you make minor changes to the uniform, i.e. the Titans removing the stripes from their helmet and uniform? No. Can't touch the uniforms. You can't touch anything like that. The only thing you can touch is the face mask. You can change the color of the face mask, and you can change your pants, because those aren't strictly marketed by the NFL. Everything else, you got to wait 5 years. The Panthers pick is in. Panthers pick is in. And the Panthers are selecting offensive tackle out of Georgia, Monroe Freeling at number 19. Freeling just one full season as a starter, but flashes franchise left tackle potential and earned a second-team All-SEC honors last season. So there you go. The Panthers selecting Georgia offensive tackle Monroe Freeling. Monroe Freeling at number 19. And now it is back to the Cowboys, as the Cowboys now are back on the clock at pick 20. We are moving along here on this draft Thursday. Thank God. Thing isn't taking forever like it used to. 9:53, and we're already into the 20s. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I hope, like I said, Lord, I'm hoping by training camp they'll add the red face mask. I'm hoping. Hearing what people have been talking about, seeing what people have been asking, go ahead and add that red face mask, just so that you don't look like the goddamn Miami Dolphins. And it's something easy to do, and I don't think it's a big problem. Friend of mine lives out there in the Great Plains. They're having a little bit of a tornado issue, but that happens in the Great Plains where you live out there. Good friend living out there in Oklahoma. Shout out, Michelle. Thank you so much for just being you, being a fellow tornado freak. Why did that do that? No, I don't want that to be. Edit that. Right position, wrong. I wonder what he was talking about back there. Sorry, Thomas. Sorry, Thomas. I know your message was referencing something, but I know I screwed up something. So whatever it was, you can let me know. Okay, I want to see because that now I do want to see what Giants fans are saying if they're bitching. Oh, we got a trade. The Cowboys and Eagles actually traded with each other? Holy ho! There we go. Well, that changes a lot. So the Eagles move up. They are on the clock now. Eagles get the 20th pick. Cowboys move down to 23. So the Cowboys have now traded twice here in this first round. And they're going to get 2 fourth-round picks from the Eagles. Unthinkable trade. Absolutely. This is massive news, and I really wish Jimbo was here for this. I really wish Jimbo was here for this because that's insane that we had a trade between the Cowboys and the Eagles. This is like the Devils and Rangers trading. It doesn't happen. I am stunned. I am stunned. I can't call him right now, ELS, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get in touch with him just through regular means, but we'll see. Giants fans are fucking annoying. The Eagles are in, and they're going to pick wide receiver Mekhi Lemon out of USC. Holy shit. If that doesn't say... Eagles, if that doesn't just tell you that that's the death knell for A.J. Brown in Philly. Eagles are moving on from A.J. Brown. They've now moved up in the draft. They traded with the hated Cowboys to get Mekhi Lemon. Will he be a lemon, or will his fruits be a lot sweeter for the Philadelphia Eagles? ELS says, oh, A.J. Brown is leaving the Eagles without a doubt. It kind of feels like that. Trading up with your most hated rival to pick this guy that you, because, yeah. Crafty says, bye-bye, A.J. Brown, indeed. So the home team Steelers are up here for the next pick. But so the Eagles at 20 pick Mekhi Lemon. And Ari Miroff on Twitter, he even says, yep, A.J. Brown is more than likely gone. How does the league let the Eagles do this every year? Mekhi Lemon, highly competitive receiver who has drawn comparisons to Amon-Ra St. Brown and is coming off a season with 79 catches for 1,156 yards and 11 touchdowns. Lemon lacks ideal size and top-tier NFL athleticism, but his football IQ, elite body control, and competitive toughness make him a top 50 caliber prospect. He projects as a starting inside-the-numbers receiver, primarily in the slot. That's also called a slot receiver, PFF, with added return value to him. So there you go. Wild times here. Eli says the Eagles are ready to make some lemonade out of. Don't you fucking dare! I already made the lemon joke. I already made the. Oh, is he gonna be a lemon or is it gonna be sweet fruit? You can't outdo me, ELS. How dare you? Let's see what we got going on here. It seems that the Steelers have indeed made their pick. Don't know who it is yet. We will see if we have any further information for you. Let's see. Nothing yet. Nothing as of yet. But the clock is stopped. I still think mine was better, ELS. Fuck the NFL. The NFL don't know how better. They don't know how to make a pun better than I do. To be fair, Crafty is the pun god. We know that. So. Let's see. Who are the Steelers going to pick? Currently, the Chargers are on the clock. We don't know who the Steelers are picking yet. They might be keeping this one closer to the vest. Still don't know. Still don't know. As soon as I know, I'll let you guys know who the Steelers have picked. They say they've made the pick. They're doing Renegade live here. They got Sticks live doing it. They got Sticks doing Renegade live. Man, you should also do we're just gonna pause the clock now and wait. Lloyd says, oh, Lloyd's not, yeah, they got to put me together. Well, I'll tell you what. My joke was better. Not joke. It wasn't a joke. It was a pun. I think my pun was better than the NFL's. We'll just say, yeah, we'll take all the clock stuff off there. We'll just show the Steelers there because they're having a little mini concert there for the Steelers. I get it. I get it. Oh, but hey, we get to actually say it now. We actually get to say it. Ha ha. So look at that. The Pittsburgh Steelers are picking Arizona State offensive tackle Max Ironanker at number 21. Max I think it's Ironanker. It's spelled weird, but I think it would be pronounced Ironanker. Iheanachor. Ironanker. Max Ironanker. What a great fucking name. At 21. Ironanker's path is unique. He was born in Nigeria, moved to the U.S. at age 13, and only started playing football in junior college. He surged up boards after a strong Senior Bowl. So there you go. The Steelers getting some offensive tackle help, which means they're either confident that Rodgers is coming back or they're just going to go with what's his face from Ohio State last year. Which means that the Chargers are on the clock. They've been on the clock for a while here, so that time is probably not accurate, but you get the idea. Chargers on the clock right now. Crafty said the joke should have been there's one more thing sour in Philly tonight. It's always sour in Philadelphia. When life gives you lemons, you trade with the Cowboys, apparently. There we go. Max Ironanker. Ihanajor? Is that how you say it? I thought it was Ironanker. Ihanachor. Ihanacor? Whatever. Max goes 21 to the hometown Pittsburgh Steelers. Chargers on the clock right now. I thought it was like Ironanker. Waiting to see what happens here with the Chargers, as it is now the Chargers who are on the clock.
Go Chargers, go!
Lloyd says, for a second, I thought the man was from Germany. Nowadays could be. But no, from Nigeria. Well, apparently was, what'd they say? Like West Los Angeles Junior College or something is where he started, somewhere around there. So that's pretty good. Will Howard, thank you. I don't know why I keep on forgetting about Will Howard. To be fair, a lot of people forgot about Will Howard, but he won a national championship. Who gives a shit? ELS doesn't think the Packers will trade up. I don't think so. I don't think they have anything to really move. They did a lot of trades already. Trench players have been taken in the last 5 picks. The Eagles are the only team that did not pick when they went wide receiver there with Lemon. The Chargers pick is in. Don't know who it is yet, though. I'm updating. I'm trying to find out latest information here for the Chargers. Go Chargers, go. So let's see. Who we picking, Chargers? Who we picking? Still no idea who the Chargers are picking. Akeem Mesador, edge from Miami. The Los Angeles Chargers, edge rusher Akeem Mesador from the University of Miami. And the Chargers go defense.
Go Chargers, go.
And so the Cowboys now on the clock. Crafty says the Chargers pick a new team doctor. No, that might be the Niners need that. Oh wait, why is Arnie still up here? Arnie, go away, Arnie. Why is Arnie? Arnie. There we go. ELS wonders, will the Cowboys trade again? I don't know. We're going to find out here in a moment. But for the first time all night, the actual picks have caught up to the tipped picks. Crafty says, Arnie is stuck on my screen. You know what? Just because, we don't, yeah, we all love Arnie, but there's better things to have stuck on your screen. Much better things to have stuck on your screen. Right, guys? Right, gentlemen? Right, guys? I think there's much better things to have stuck on your screen. We've missed you, Taylor. We've missed you. Good to have you back on the screen. Crafty says, to be fair, anything's better than King's friggin' mug. Hey! What's wrong with my mug? It's very good, full of coffee. It's lovely. It's delicious. Helps keep you going during these first round drafts. Makes me wonder what we got going on here with the Cowboys. Nothing in out on the Cowboys. They are still on the clock. No picking yet, as of yet. After the Cowboys, we have the Browns, the Bears, the Bills, the San Francisco 49ers at 27. Texans at 28 with our good friend. Where's Irish been? Irish has not have been here in a long time. We got to find, somebody's got to check in on Irish for us. Chiefs at 29. 30 is the Miami Dolphins. 31 is the Patriots. And 32 is your Seattle Seahawks, defending Super Bowl champions. I miss Pecan too. Pecan's been gone for a minute as well. He's the leader in the clubhouse. He's donated $110 to us. If you want to donate, help us out a little bit more directly, we have a donation station link and our merch store link. Top of the chat over there by Taylor, if you're looking at that, and also down below in the description. Thank you so much for helping us out. All right, Taylor, I love you, but we got to put you away for a second. ELS thinks Irish disappeared into the void. Yeah, the Cowboys pick is in, but nothing as of yet. All the tipped picks are not tipping anymore. So the Browns are technically on the clock. We're waiting to see who the Cowboys have picked. We're checking out with our good friend Ari on Twitter. No tipped picks yet. We are still in commercial. I'm wondering now if Twitter is throttling back some of the insiders. I think we saw people. We haven't seen Irish since the football season. And Pecan has been very in and out. ELS says, we got candy corn coffee. Why do you want coffee that tastes like earwax? By the way, I have seen your series there on Instagram and everything where you test out all these different coffee flavored pods. That's pretty. You should probably put that on YouTube as well. Especially because YouTube is pushing the whole fucking shorts thing. I'm not a big fan of doing the shorts. If I wanted to be on TikTok, I'd be on fucking TikTok, but... Crafty, just with the fucking deep cut for Kevin Kline movies. Jesus Christ. Cowboys pick is in, as we knew that. And the Cowboys are picking defensive end from the University of Central Florida, Malachi Lawrence. Malachi Lawrence will be the pick for the Dallas Cowboys at pick number 23. So that is where the Cowboys have gone there. They are going defensive end, Malachi Lawrence from the University of Central Florida. He's a Knight. Oh, no, it's not the Bears that are up yet. No. Hold on. We've got... There we go. It's the Brownies that are on the clock. Then it's the Bears. I've just never liked Kenny. You know what I actually do like? And me and Pepperjack had this conversation, and she likes it too. I think that's a reason. We're very simpatico, me and my wife, which is good. You know, if you're married to somebody, you want to be simpatico with them. Fucking the orange circus peanuts. Love those fucking things. Are they marshmallow? Are they gelatin? What kind of magical fucking concoction is it? No idea. But it tastes fucking great. I love those things. ALS says the poop stains are on the clock, referencing the Cleveland Browns and their main color being brown, which is often associated with fecal matter. This round is moving. I'll give it that. I will give it that. That's very good. Is it banana flavor? Because I don't like banana candy, but fucking circus peanuts, man, love that shit. Malachi Lawrence, a high upside defender. Lawrence is top 10 in Central Florida history in sacks, though surgeries on both shoulders did create medical concerns for some teams, considering that may be why he dropped all the way down to 23. But now he goes to the Dallas Cowboys to play for Jerry Jones. I'll take circus peanuts over. Like, candy corn sucks. It is the worst fucking candy, like, in the world. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. Brown's pick is in, but we don't know who it is yet. When we do, I'll hit the fucking sound and we'll know. Oh, we do know who it is. There we go. And the Cleveland Browns, they are going to select Texas A&M wide receiver K.C. Concepcion at number 24. Concepcion can line up inside or outside, totaling 919 yards and 10 total touchdowns last year, though drops have been an issue with him. But the Browns are going to pick him up to see if they can have some kind of weapon there. Shador Sanders, if he doesn't get sacked, to see if he can throw the ball to Concepcion, who will then probably likely drop it. So we'll see. But now the Bears are on the clock. So here we go. Browns move off. Bears are up. So there we go. We see the last couple pictures at 20. Let's run through all these picks here. We'll go through the whole first round here. Why not? While they're doing a commercial break over there on ESPN. Obviously started with the most obvious pick of all at number 1, Fernando Mendoza. Pick number 1 overall for the Raiders. The Jets pick up David Bailey from Texas Tech for an edge rusher there at 2. Jeremiah Love goes to the Cardinals at 3. Carnell Tate to the Titans at 4. The Giants pick up Arvell Reese, who I don't think they expected to fall that far, but they get him. Arvell Reese, edge rusher from Ohio State, at 5. Chiefs trade up to get Mansour Delane, quarterback from LSU, at 6. Redskins get Sonny Styles at 7. Jordan Tyson, much coveted by the Giants, he goes to the Saints at number 8 to be a weapon for Tyler Shuck. Spencer Fano goes to be an offensive tackle in Cleveland, and the Giants get offensive tackle out of Miami, Francis Mauigoa. Now 11 on down, you got the Cowboys getting Caleb Downs. Many Giants fans wanted Caleb Downs. Cowboys get him instead. Caden Proctor, offensive tackle out of Alabama, goes to Miami. And then Ty Simpson, he goes to Los Angeles to be the heir apparent, apparently, to Matthew Stafford whenever he retires. Vega Ioane, I'm just calling him Vega Ioane, out of Penn State. Guard, he goes to the Ravens. The Buccaneers, they get Ruben Bain. You merely adopted the darkness. Edge rusher out of Miami. 16, the Jets get Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. Blake Miller, offensive tackle from Clemson, goes to Detroit. Caleb Banks, defensive tackle out of Florida, goes to Minnesota. Monroe Freeling, offensive lineman, goes to Carolina. He's out of Georgia. Mekhi Lemon, the Eagles traded with the Cowboys up to 20 to get him. Max Ianagor, I think is there, whatever it was. Arizona State offensive tackle, he goes to the Steelers. Akeem Mesidor goes to the Chargers. Cowboys get Malachi Lawrence as the edge rusher. And the Browns just picked Casey Concepcion. And that gives us up to the Bears. And the Bears are still on the clock. Taking their time are the Chicago Bears, Indiana Bears maybe. We'll see what happens with that whole mess. ALS giving us a bit of a presidential statement here. And he says, my fellow Americans, the Jets still suck. I think that goes without saying. Watch it be that, like, despite what everybody thinks, like, Geno Smith has a second resurgence in his career, and the Jets are somehow good this year. Watch that be the case. I've seen Stranger Things. Good show, but I've also seen Stranger Things happen in real life, and that could be one of them. Bears, 7 o'clock. No decision yet from the Bears. They are taking their sweet cubby time here. Let's see, any more news up here? Oh, it looks like the Bears pick is in as the Bills are now technically on the clock. Let's see if our boy Ari has any further information for us here. Not yet. Not yet. We don't have it yet. Yes, I do, Lloyd. I remember all the little. You can get the NFL uniforms and NFL sheets. You can get NFL. You could get NFL sewing patterns. My mom used to have that. She had the NFL sewing patterns, where you could it came with all the. That was one of the things that got me into logos. Was my mom had an NFL pattern sheet for all the teams' logos, and I used to use that and trace it and draw the logos and shit like that when I was a kid. So yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing, ELS, they fucked up that fucking bill. They did a lot of shit to that bill. ELS saying that the Illinois House votes 78-32 to approve a mega projects bill that could clear the way for the Bears to build a new dome stadium in Arlington Heights. But they really put a lot of shit in that bill that I think still hamstrings them, and I think there's a lot less red tape, and I think there's a lot less hurdles to go over through Indiana. So I honestly think the Bears, as much as they would like to stay in Illinois, I think they're going to end up going to Indiana just because of that. I had the Giants one. My parents got me Giants one. They got me the Giants little uniform thing when I was a kid. The Hutch. I think it was, the old Hutch brand. Yeah. I had that. You weren't a kid in the 80s unless you had that. Bears pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. And the Bears, at number 25, they are selecting Oregon safety Dylan Thieneman. Thieneman. Safety Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon. First team all Big Ten selection. Thieneman is versatile. He can also impact the game deep in the box or in the slot. Huge addition, according to Ari Miroff here, for the Bears on their defense in the defensive backfield. So Dylan Thieneman picked up by the Bears. And we've got a trade between the Bills and the Texans. We've got a trade. The Texans are now on the clock, as there's been a trade. So 26 now goes to the Texans. The Bills, they've moved down to number 28. The Texans get pick number 26 and pick number 91 in exchange for the Bills. The Bills get 28, 63, and 168. So the Texans now have picked 26 and 91. The Bills have picked 28, 63, and 168. A trade between the Texans and the Bills. Interesting. Who do the Texans want to get that they traded up with the Bills? And why did the Bills go back? Is this another situation where they go backwards and miss a player that they really needed or wanted and give it up to another team in the AFC like they did with the Chiefs a couple years ago? Not great. Dylan Thieneman is Chicago's first time using a first-round pick on a defensive player since 2018 when they picked Roquan Smith. Schefter's reporting that the Niners are trying to trade their number 27 pick, and I don't know. Although it seems now the Texans pick is in. Wait and see who they've picked. Ari Mirif, who was tipping the picks here, he's not giving us any good information as of recently. Did they take out Ari? Did they take out Ari? '49ers attempting to trade out of the 27th spot. We will see. But the Texans have apparently picked. Waiting to see who they picked. The Niners are technically on the clock right now. Hey, Jimbo in the chat. Great to see you. Jimbo says, hey, everybody. Sorry I had to go. But I'll be eating lemons tomorrow. He says, gave up a little too much, he thinks, but if it's as good as his film, then it'll be fine. But also, Jimbo, I think you have to agree. Yeah, A.J. Brown's gone. And we do have a trade. The Niners have traded out of their spot. So we still don't know who the Texans have picked. Okay, so we do know who. Okay, so now the Texans, we've got the Texans pick in. And the Texans have selected guard out of Georgia Tech, Keelan Rutledge. Keelan Rutledge goes to the Texans. And also, we have a trade where now it's the Dolphins have traded with the 49ers as they are now all the way back into the first round here. And the Dolphins are now on the clock. So the Niners do trade out of the 27 spot. Waiting for the, oh, here we go. 30 and 90 go to the Niners in exchange for number 27 and number 138 that go to the Dolphins. So we got the Dolphins, Bills, Chiefs, Patriots, and Seahawks still coming up here. A lot going on here. Which says, why does that last name sound familiar? It sounds like someone that used to. What? Theismann? Maybe you're thinking about Theismann. Keelan Rutledge is an old school type of guard you'll find in. He's as old school of a guard as you'll find in this draft. He was a riser in the process as coaches got involved. Houston, of course, they traded number 26 and 91 to the Bills in exchange to get him. They really wanted to get him. And they did. So there we go. Keelan Rutledge, he goes to the Texans. Dolphins are on the clock after they traded with the Niners. They go up to 27. The Niners go down to the 30th spot. Oh, Rutledge, you mean? Yeah, I don't know. I think the Giants used to have a backup quarterback named Rutledge. No, he might have been like a punter. Didn't we have a punter back in the 80s called Rutledge? Jimbo says, but wait, listen to me. Listen to me. What if we don't trade A.J. Brown and we just go 4 wide with those wide? Just go like old school Madden, all streaks all the time. Just run downfield and throw it up there. I think there's an NFL sideline reporter. Isn't there like a female reporter named Rutledge that works for like ESPN or something? So that might be too. I mean, the Rutledge is around. It's a name. It's a name. It's been around. It's been around. As ESPN goes to commercial, so we're going to be probably waiting for the pick here as the Dolphins wait. Although I have a feeling if they traded up, they knew who they wanted. There's a reason if you trade up that, you know what you wanted. Yes, Jimbo, that is one of the comparisons that was initially made. They said that he has a lot of the same feeling, as they would say, a lot of the same attributes that Amon-Ra St. Brown has. So. Not Equanimous, Amon-Ra. To be fair, Lord, and you missed that whole conversation early on when we started here, me and Jimbo on here, kind of leading off with the whole Vrabel and Diana Rossini thing. Both of them. Vrabel doing what he was doing, but here's the other thing when it comes to Rossini is Vrabel's not the first name that she's been associated with for doing this kind of thing. And also not, like, there's a lot of overlap with the, like I don't want to be disrespectful. Despite the fact that we both know pretty much for a certainty now that Vrabel and Diana Rossini both disrespected their partners and their families. So I'll try to be as respectfully disrespectful as I can. But Diana Rossini is what people on the internet would say she's for the streets. She's just unfortunately appears to be that kind of individual. And as you look through more of the stuff that we've been going through, obviously there's that whole big thing from 2015 with the Redskins GM at the time and his wife putting her on blast on Twitter. The rumors about her with other particular people, Jimmy Garoppolo, one of them, which she did, the way she's talked about her husband and her marriage with her husband and things like that. It's been yeah, it's unfortunate, but it just appears to be that's who she is. And what can you do? The Dolphins traded up, by the way. Their pick is in. And the Dolphins have selected at number 27. They traded up with San Francisco to get this. They've gone with San Diego State cornerback Chris Johnson, a patient, sticky cover corner. Johnson thrived in both man and zone, much like Diana Rossini. Very sticky as well, allowing just 11 completions with 13 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, and 0 touchdowns allowed last season. So now you can see why the Dolphins wanted him so badly. Bills on the clock now at pick 28. ELS says, King, also, can you talk about the Pittsburgh artist who did an awesome job on the word logo? I did see that kind of report about that guy from last year where he did the wooden logos, and then it's kind of become a thing now where the players go by and they smack the logo. So, I forget his name. I don't have anything like that in front of me, but as an artist, Like, that would be something so cool. Obviously, I don't have the tools or the workshop or, the ability of working with wood to do something like that. But for that guy, like, that's for someone doing it, that's super cool. And that he's been able to do that and kind of have now that partnership with the NFL to where they're doing this. And I don't know how long it's going to last, but that's still something that he's going to be able to say, I worked with the NFL. These players were able to smack the wooden logos coming out. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, a huge shout out to that guy. Because that's it. I think they started this last year is when was the first year where he did it, and it was like a one-off, and now that's it. Lloyd in the chat, how's my eagle? Lloyd has been drawing an eagle for the last couple weeks, and he's doing it's a very good eagle. He's very detailed on it. It's very good. You're doing a wonderful job, Lloyd. Again, I try to say, oh, I'm an artist. I do graphic arts and stuff like that. I'm compared to what Lloyd is drawing, compared to what, like ELS said, with the guy working with wood, doing the NFL logos there for the draft, for like so many other people, like, I am not an artist. I might try to sit here and say, oh, I'm an artist. I'm a graphic artist. I feel like I have an artist soul. I fucking suck. I can't draw for shit. I can't do shit. I'm just not good at anything. I get it. Especially when you see how other people draw and how other people do stuff. It's like, holy shit, I am fucking terrible compared to how everybody else is. Like, these guys are putting in just amazing work. Amazing work. Amazing artists. Lloyd, you are a fantastic artist. Don't let anybody ever tell you anything different. You're doing wonderful work, and keep that eagle going. And whatever you draw next, just keep all that shit going as well, man. You do great shit. And for anybody else out there, just keep doing what you're doing. Oh, we got a trade. The Patriots traded with the Bills. What are we doing here? Wow. Two in-division trades. We had the Eagles and Cowboys, Patriots and Bills. And the Bills trade down twice again. Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle from Utah, picked by the Patriots. And now it's actually the Chiefs that are on the clock, not the Niners. The Niners are all the way down at 30. Wow. So we have another trade here. By the way, the trade is the Bills get the Patriots pick at 31 and get pick 125, and the Patriots obviously get the 28th pick overall. So the Bills just keep on that's just a tradition, unlike any other. The Bills just trade the fuck down every draft. Lomu's 2025 campaign with Utah, 0 sacks allowed, earned him first-team All Big 12 honors, and he started 24 games at left tackle in 2 years there in Utah. So we've got some motion here late in the first round. And the Chiefs apparently have made a pick, but we don't know who it is yet. So hold off on your horsies. We're going to find out here. By the way, ELS giving us an update here on some of the NFL playoff scores. Carolina They win 2-1 over Ottawa. What is that, a 2-1 series lead, or is that a 3-0 series lead? Don't know. Buffalo up 3-0 on Boston. They win that game. So that series, I believe, is 2-1. And right now, at the end of the first period, Colorado up on the LA Kings 1-0. Colorado, I think, has a 2-0 lead in that series. In the NBA, Cleveland up 104. They lose 104-126 to Toronto. I don't know what any of the NBA series are, so that is what it is. Atlanta beat the Knicks by 1 point, 109-108. No idea what that is as far as the series goes. And Denver and Minnesota. Minnesota right now up 20 points on Denver in the second quarter, 59-39. Mekhi Lemon was on the phone with the Steelers as the Steelers were telling him they were going to pick him. And then the Eagles traded up with the Cowboys to steal him from the Steelers. The Steelers got stole. Look at that. Eagles just pissing off everybody. Carolina leads 3-0 in their series over Ottawa. Buffalo leads 2-1 in their series over Boston. In the NBA, Cleveland leads 2-1 in their series, and Atlanta leads 2-1 over the Knicks. Still waiting to see what happens here with this Chiefs pick. No tip of the pick as of yet. Oh, we've got a trade, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a trade. And it appears that the Jets have traded with the 49ers. And they have. So the Jets now are currently on the clock. We still don't know who the Chiefs have picked, but the Jets are on the clock. Let's see where the Jets go with this. I still no idea. The Chiefs, we have the Chiefs pick in. Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs have selected Clemson defensive tackle Peter Woods at number 29. A compact, powerful defensive tackle. Woods brings great quickness and violent hands through his play. His play hasn't always been consistent. At his best, he looks like a top 15 player. So there we go. We still got some motion here. But, yeah, now it is the Jets on the clock as they traded with the Niners. The Niners move all the way down, waiting to get the details on that trade. The Jets are sending pick number 33 and 179 to the Niners. And the Niners obviously send the 30 pick back to the Jets. So the Jets move up to 30. They get back into the first round to have 3 first-round picks. The Niners drop out of the first round. ELS, a lot of people say that, oh, they're going to pick up Carson Beck. Boy, I don't know about that one. There's a lot of questions about Carson Beck as a quarterback, so we'll see. Lloyd says, the Red Wings never made the playoffs. They were eliminated right around the time the Devils were. I really hate Giants fans. Giants fans are really some of the dumbest sons of bitches in the world. Seems like the Jets pick is in. Do we know who they're getting? The Jets indeed have their pick in. And the Jets have selected wide receiver from Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr., 2025. Second team, all Big Ten, had 69 catches for 937 yards and 13 touchdowns last season for the national champion Indiana Hoosiers. Omar Cooper Jr. to the Jets, Jets. And now the Bills are on the clock. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo, however you say his name. I mean, it's been rumored he's leaving Milwaukee for like 3 years now. Like, honestly, ever since they won the NBA championship, it feels like he's been rumored to be leaving, and he's still not gone yet. So I don't know, ELS. Take it with a grain of salt. So the Jets get another wide receiver weapon. To go along with Garrett Wilson and to see if Geno Smith can get something working there with the New York Jets. And now it is the Buffalo Bills on the clock. Open it. Do they trade back again? There's a very good chance. It's the Bills. They are the masters of trading back in the fucking draft. For no reason whatsoever. Via Adam Schefter, the Jets, they've made 3 first-round picks this year, as we know. Number 2, defensive end David Bailey. Number 16, tight end Kenyon Sadiq. And number 30, wide receiver. And sure enough, son of a bitch, just as I was saying it, say it with me. There has been a trade as the Titans have moved back up into the first round. They have traded with the Bills. And now the Titans are on the clock at 31. I called it. Didn't I call it ELS? I said, Bills, masters of trading back. If I'm a Bills fan, like the fact that you got rid of McDermott, but you kept Bean as your GM, they should have just cleaned. Like if you're upset with the way the Bills have performed, a lot of it is how the team was fucking built. And for doing shit like this, if you're like, I know you're low in the first round anyway, but why you keep on trading back? What are you trading for? What are you getting? You need shit like I'm not a big fan of draft capital. I understand it. And if you're trading to get pieces, I get that. But you're just trading to trade picks. You're not getting any veteran presence. You're not getting anything substantial. You're just getting... I'm not a Bills fan. And I'm annoyed for Bills fans. I just don't get it. And by the way, yeah, the Jets are going to have 3 first-round picks again in 2027 due to trades and the like. So, Jets kind of in a good spot to rebuild if you're looking to rebuild. To be fair, the Jets have been rebuilding for almost 60 fucking years now, though. Let's see. Do we have any details on what was here? Nothing yet. Just that Tennessee's looking for wide receiver help, so maybe that's some of the scuttlebutt coming out. $31. The pick is coming up. $320,000. The recorded attendance for the draft. Roger Goodell saying that that's an attendance record for night one of the draft. The Tennessee Titans pick Keldrick Falk, edge rusher from Auburn. So it's not a wide receiver. It is a defensive edge rusher out of Auburn, Keldrick Falk, for the Titans. And with that, we are on to the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks with the last pick 32 here of the first round. And we're just hitting about 11. So 3-hour draft, first round draft, not bad. Not bad at all. We've had worse. We've had a lot worse. We might. You never know. Could be another trade there. By the way, with the trade, the Titans get pick, obviously, 31, in which they picked Keldrick Falk. They get pick 69. Nice. And they get pick 165 from the Bills. And the Bills, they get pick number 35, number 66, and pick 101 from the Tennessee Titans. By the way, Keldrick Falk, just 21 years old, high character leader with versatility, to impact the game from multiple spots across the defensive line. So you like that? If you're the Titans, if you're a Titans fan, you like that's a reason to trade up. I would say that's a reason to trade up, and they did so. Nice little stat here. This, again, comes from Adam Schefter. 5 of the last 6 picks here in the first round have been traded. So, yeah, a lot of motion. We got some motion, as the Burt Peanut would say here in the end of the first round. Lloyd says, dang, is this normal for the draft? Some years, and some years it's not. Some years the draft can be very boring. It goes straight chalk. And then some years you get something like this where right at the end, like just a bunch of trades happen. People move up, people move down. It's something. But yeah, a lot of trading happening here at the end of the draft. We had a couple early on, couple in the middle, and then the last, as we said, last 5 or 6 picks here have been just trade. So now we're seeing, do the Seahawks trade out or do they make a pick? And we have our answer. The Seattle Seahawks, with the last pick in the first round, have selected Notre Dame running back Jadarian Price at number 32. Notre Dame running back Jadarian Price, at 32. Despite being running back 2 to Jeremiah Love, who went to the Cardinals, Price had produced like a starter, averaging over 6 yards per carry the past 2 years. So the two Notre Dame running backs and Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price go both in the first round. Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals. Jadarian Price, number 32, goes to the defending Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the first round of the National Football League draft is over. Let's run it down real quick here for you. Go all the way back to the top. We knew how it was going to start. Fernando Mendoza, number 1 to the Raiders. The Jets picked David Bailey, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech, at number 2. As we were talking about just here with Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love. A lot of people thought the Cardinals might trade out early. They did not. They picked Jeremiah Love at number 3. The Titans at number 4 picked Cardinal Tate out of Ohio State. Tate State, as it were, to help out Cam Ward there. Then the Giants, who I don't think expected to have Arvell Reese drop down to 5. Something falls in your lap like that, you can't pass it up. Arvell Reese picked up by the Giants at 5. At 6, the Chiefs traded up. Our first trade in the draft. They go and trade up with the Browns to get Mansour Delane, quarterback out of LSU. He was thought maybe to go to the Giants, maybe to go to the Browns, maybe even go to the Redskins, but he goes to the Chiefs. Speaking of the Redskins, they pick up Sonny Styles, another pick that a lot of Giants fans wanted, a lot of other people wanted, but the Redskins go ahead. They pick him up, linebacker out of Ohio State. Jordan Tyson. This was Joe Shane's. He wanted Jordan Tyson more than anything. And the Saints said, no. And they pick him up to help out with Tyler Shuck down there in the Bayou. The Browns, they pick up offensive tackle Spencer Fano out of Utah. The Giants, they get tackle Francis Mauigoa out of Miami. Probably saying that wrong, but I'm going to have a lot of names that I don't pronounce right here. Too bad. Cowboys, they pick up Caleb Downs. A lot of Giants fans are upset. But we wanted Downs more than anything. We wanted Downs. Listen, the Giants needed the offensive line help. Shut the fuck up, Giants. God, just Giants fans really do piss me off. They really are fucking terrible. But yeah, the Cowboys had traded with the Dolphins. They just swapped pick 11 and 12. The Dolphins, they get Caden Proctor out of Alabama, offensive tackle. The Rams, maybe with the surprise of the draft, as far as picks go, they picked Ty Simpson out of Alabama to kind of be heir apparent to Matthew Stafford, to kind of do the old Packers project there of get a quarterback, develop him over a year or two to replace the aging legend, as it were. So here we go. The Ravens, they picked Vega Ione out of Penn State, guard out of Penn State. Ruben Bain goes to the Buccaneers out of Miami, edge rusher there, so the Buccaneers get some defensive help. All right, I don't know who this guy is, but he's losing his fucking mind, and he's fucking annoying me. So we're going to mute you, sir, because we already know who the Seahawks picked. The Jets, they got pick number 16, and they picked Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon. Blake Miller, he's picked up by the Lions, offensive tackle out of Clemson. I think that's a really good pickup for the Lions, who've kind of lost a couple offensive line pieces over the years. So something I think they desperately needed. And I think it's a good pickup. He's a solid pickup. He's dependable. He's durable. And he's a fucking beast. So I think that's a very good pickup for the Detroit Lions. Caleb Banks, defensive tackle out of Florida. He goes to the Vikings up there in Minnesota. Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle out of Georgia. He goes to Carolina to protect Bryce Young there. And the getting better Carolina Panthers made the playoffs. Should have maybe even beaten the Rams. But the Panthers maybe on a bit of a rise here. Now, here is maybe the surprise of the draft that didn't have really anything to do with a pick, but had to do with the trade, as the Eagles traded with hated division rival Dallas Cowboys. So, like I said, this is Devils trading with the Rangers. Like this doesn't happen. This will never happen. But they pick Mekhi Lemon out of USC wide receiver. Now, apparently, Mekhi Lemon. Now, I think this was according to either Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, or both. Mekhi Lemon was on the phone with the Steelers, kind of solidifying and say, listen, if you're here, we're picking you. And the Eagles called the Cowboys to trade up to get that spot just ahead of the Steelers to pick Mekhi Lemon before the Steelers could. So instead of getting Mekhi Lemon, the Steelers get offensive tackle Max Ianakior Iniakior. If I say it enough times, maybe it'll make sense. I have no idea. Out of Arizona State, they pick him up there. The Chargers. Did I say the Chargers? I think I did.
Go Chargers, go.
The Chargers, they go ahead and pick Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher out of Miami. And Miami had a lot of people go in this draft. Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher out of the University of Central Florida. He goes to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas going all defense here in the first round. KC Concepcione. Does he go to Kansas City? That would have been cool. But no, he goes to the Cleveland Browns. Wide receiver out of Texas A&M. Has some issues dropping the ball. But, Shador's got to get it to him first. So we'll see. Or Deshaun Watson. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a lot harder to catch if he has all that massage oil on the ball. So we'll see. At pick 25, the Bears. They pick Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon.